only two things that can happen to you. You can recover or you can die. If you recover, there's nothing to worry about. But if you die, there's also nothing to worry about. Because if you die as a Christian or as a Muslim, you have only two places to go to. Either you go to heaven or you go to hell. So if you go to heaven, there is nothing to worry about. You enjoy. But if you go to hell, you should not worry. Why? Because you're going to meet so many of your friends there that you will take a lot of time greeting them and wishing them well, that you will not have time to worry about. So I told them that, look, if we win in Addis, we will have succeeded. But if we don't win, if we lose, we will not have succeeded. Because we will have other jobs to do. We'll come back home and do other things. So we have succeeded, because we have now come back home to join you people here, back home. So I am very grateful to be back home. I want to thank again my brother, younger brother, President William Ruto, who stood by me. He never asked me to run. I announced myself that I was going to run for this position of chair of African Union Commission. And he only came after I made the announcement to say that he was supporting my candidature. And he did support my candidature not just by words, but by deeds. He put up the machinery to help the campaign for me. I've seen billions being said, quoted, somebody's talking about 13 billion shillings spent on the Raila campaign. I don't know in which world those guys live on, whether they know what a billion means. A billion shillings to do what? The money that was spent was the money that was necessary just to hire transport, to travel around. And we were not living luxuriously. We were eating whatever was given to us wherever we went to. And many other African countries were very generous. They provided us accommodation and so on. So, but the government gave what was required. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs was available 24/7. And the other government departments to make appointment for me to be able to meet the leadership across the continent. So I want to thank my brother very profusely for their support. And I also want to thank the other leaders across the continent, those who voted for us. There are those who stood with us to the last moment and voted. And if we had wanted, we would have completely stopped the elections, because it required 2/3 to be elected. And these leaders were ready to go with us to the end, and they would not have been able to get the 2/3. So I thank them. And I also thank those who voted against us, because in doing so they were exercising their democratic right. That's how democracy works. So we are not bitter at all. I congratulated my competitors, the candidate from Madagascar, the candidate from Djibouti, who eventually won, and wish him well, indeed. So we are available to help the continent of Africa, but more importantly, we are also available for Kenya. I'm back home here. I'm going to meet with my friends, my supporters, and I'm going to consult widely what's going on forward. And in due course, we're going to announce our way forward. So we'll give a way forward very, very shortly. Today, we just came to meet. I asked for this meeting to come and thank the President and his team for the support they've given me, and also to thank the Kenyans who have supported me throughout all this period of campaign. And I just want to say, watch this space. I will be talking again. Thank you very much. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
There are only two things that can happen to you. You can recover or you can die. If you recover, there's nothing to worry about. But if you die, there's also nothing to worry about. Because if you die as a Christian or as a Muslim, you have only two places to go to. Either you go to heaven or you go to hell. So if you go to heaven, there is nothing to worry about. You enjoy. But if you go to hell, you should not worry. Why? Because you're going to meet so many of your friends there that you'll take a lot of time greeting them and wishing them well, that you will not have time to worry about. So I told them that, look, if we win in Addis, we will have succeeded. But if we don't win, if we lose, we will also have succeeded. Because we will have other jobs to do. We'll come back home and do other things. So we have succeeded, because we will now come back home to join you people here, back home. So I am very grateful to be back home. I want to thank again my brother, younger brother, President William Ruto, who stood by me. He never asked me to run. I announced myself that I was going to run for this position of chair of African Union Commission. And he only came after I made the announcement to say that he was supporting my candidature. And he did support my candidature not just by words, but by deeds. He put up the machinery to help the campaign for me. I've seen billions being said, quoted, somebody's talking about 13 billion shillings spent on the Raila campaign. I don't know in which world those guys live on, whether they know what a billion means. A billion shillings to do what? The money that was spent was the money that was necessary just to hire transport to travel around. And we were not living luxuriously. We were eating whatever was.
Yes, Raila Molodinga, when he was addressing the press yesterday, and after he lost the Africa Union chairmanship, and of course he was vying there, but he lost. Kenyans, as they are known, then Kenyans, they are all known that at the end of the day, they have to get a topic to talk about. So Kenyans, they started saying that Raila should just come back and join the politics. Raila should just come back and become the future opposition leader in this country. So we have in this speculation on what is the next move of Raila Molodinga. Is it true that Raila has joined the government automatically? Is it true that this is going to be the broad-based government up to 2032, because if at any point Ruto wins in 2027, because a lot of leaders are still culminating on winning the 2027 general election, so that they can make William Ruto the first president to serve for only one term, and that is the only thing that will make broad-based government not to exist. Broad-based government was formed after some of the ODM members joined the government after the Gen Z protests, and the broad-based government has really done a good job. Of course, you have seen the country trying to stabilize, but it's shaky. So we want to know what will happen if Raila joins the government, because there are some rumors, as you heard the Nandi senator, what he was saying. He said that they might establish one of prime minister, and that is Raila Odinga. So broad-based government taking us to the prime minister, and also Kithure Kindiki future is not being determined in this government, because in 2027 they might join together. Ruto and Raila, they might join together in 2027, so that they can try to bring Kenyans together. Because it's like now, will Raila Odinga has accepted that I cannot be the president of this country. You remember in 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, the current president was saying that huyu mzee wa kitendawili hawatawezana na mimi. Even during the elections alisema hatawezana na mimi mzee wa kitendawili. But at the end of the day, we saw Ruto won. And now he is the president. He's trying to bring him together. He bringing those key members, the likes of Raila Odinga. The only person who has declined this government is Kalonzo, because Kalonzo was also been has been offered some of the top positions in the government, but he has not accepted them. There was a rumors that Kalonzo was to become the Speaker of the National Assembly, but he declined. Raila was given that support, and that support to AU seat has really given the Luos and the Western people that confidence that they are ready to vote for William Ruto. Opiyo Wandayi is one of the leaders in the broad-based government, and he's saying that now they are ready to work with the government.
And I want to tell Kalonzo Musyoka to please leave us alone. Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka, please leave us alone. We are still hurting as a people. This idea that every now and then, before elections, people run to Raila Odinga. That he is a good man, he must save Kenya, he must fight for Kenya, and when the time comes for elections, they sabotage him. They sabotage him. So we have made a conscious decision to work with President William Ruto. So Kalonzo Musyoka and your ilk, please leave us alone. But more importantly, as a people, we have made a conscious decision. And as things stand, there are only two formations, two political formations going forward. Either you are with the broad-based coalition that I belong to, or you are with the Wamunyoro coalition. There are no two ways. There's no third way. Two. You are either with us in the broad-based arrangement, or you are with Wamunyoro. So don't confuse us. So stop confusing us. Just declare where you stand, and then we decide how to handle you. There are vultures. There are political vultures who have fed on Raila's political blood. for far too long. These are the vultures who would always want to see Baba languishing on the streets all the time, as they benefit politically. Those vultures, we must call you out because your time is up. And those vultures are not just out there, they're also here. Hii mradi ya Sirandu imetugharimu shilingi karibu milioni 12 na itawezesha customers karibu 105 na zaidi kuunganishwa kwa stima. Na hiyo ni hatua nzuri sana. Na hii kazi tunaifanya katika nchi zote. Tunaifanya katika kila pembe ya nchi. Let me first of all talk about this issue of vandalism. Itakuwa jambo mbaya sana ya kwamba serikali inashughulikia mambo ya infrastructure, ikiwa barabara au stima, na serikali inatumia pesa nyingi zaidi, na ilihali wenye wanafaa wapate usaidizi kutokana na hizo miradi wanaendelea kufanya ile inaitwa vandalism, yani kung'oa au kuiba vifaa ambavyo zimewekwa tayari na serikali, kuharibu. Kwa mfano, hii mambo ya stima tumeshuhudia mambo mbaya sana hapa Siaya County. And anybody getting or engaging in matters vandalism of critical infrastructure such as electricity lines and transformers must be dealt with ruthlessly in accordance with the law. And the police should help us here, please. The police and the national government administration officers, please. These people who are doing vandalism of this electricity infrastructure are not coming from heaven. They are people who live amongst us here. Seriously. And we must call them out. We must identify them, apprehend them, and hand them over to the police to deal with them according to the law. Otherwise, you will demoralize the government. You will demoralize us. And resources are scarce. Resources are not enough. Sisi kama national government, tukishafanya juhudi na tukaleta stima katika vijijini, hasa stima ya street light. Street lights ni very important resources, kwa sababu street lights zikiwepo, wananchi wetu hasa wanawake wanaweza kuwa na nafasi ya kufanya biashara mpaka usiku, si ndio? Hata mambo ya security inaweza kuwa improved, enhanced. Na kwa wakati huu jukumu ya kulipa bili ya street lights iko kwa county governments. Kwa hivyo tunasihi county governments wajitahidi waweke pesa kando kwa budget. Waweke pesa, watenge pesa ili wawe wakilipa bills za street lights, ndio zisikufe vile zinavyokufa zaidi.
Hugh and I, that is the cabinet secretary and for energy, and of course he is one of the broad-based government leaders who joined the government so that they can represent the Kenya's grievances over there, and he has been actively supporting the government, and he's saying that Kalonzo Musyoka leave us alone. That is ODM. He is also saying that some of the leaders have benefited from Raila Amolo Odinga, but when it comes to election, they will sabotage, and that is when Raila loses. So he is saying that Kalonzo Musyoka and other leaders who are betraying the party, they should leave immediately. They should stop what they are doing, and they were not created. That is a funny statement I heard, that they were not created to always be in opposition. But they are aware that some of the leaders, they just join the opposition so that they can get their fame, or they are doing some of the things. But of course, this is the Opio and I. Someone you expect that is going to defend the country. These are the likes of John Buddy, Opio and I, Hassan Joe. They are the leaders who were very strong and firm with their decisions during the 2021-2022 campaigns. What is the future of ODM? Because ODM seems to already have been absorbed by the Kenya Kwanza government. Because now, if the likes of Junet Mohammed and now Raila joins the government completely, so what is the future? Because you saw the other day, even Gladys Wanga, when she was speaking, she's saying that they are happy into the parliament. They are saying that they are already into the government and they are not going to keep off from the government. So those are the kind of things that are having a lot of questions in this country. So if Opionda is telling Kalonzo Musyoka to keep off from the ODM because he's saying that Kalonzo, but I don't think whether Kalonzo always benefit from ODM because he has been supporting the ODM for a long time. Now it is high time now Raila joins Kalonzo and supports him, because if they are not going to form a strong union, and of course this union is going to be formed by those who are opposing the government. So if Raila has already joined the government, so who do you think is going to join Kalonzo Musyoka? Today I was also following a conversation between Martha Karua and also how she spoke about Raila joining the government. A lot of questions are being asked on what is the future of ODM, and why do you think that Raila is so calm when it comes to William Ruto? Is it because that he was given that support, or by 2026 we are going to get, or a few weeks, as Jeremiah said, that we might get someone who is totally different? But we are just asking, what is the future of ODM? ODM, future Ganigan. Join us through the comment section there. Share your ideas, share your views, and also we shall be reading them here live. Beyond I telling Kalonzo Musyoka, leave us alone. What does that mean? I said that they have already dumped Kalonzo Musyoka for 2027. Kalonzo has not even told us on who is going to be his running mate. Maybe they are going to join with Raila Amolo Odinga, because if I believe if he joins Kalonzo joins Raila, then it's going to be a perfect combination, and maybe they can win the 2027 general elections. The Gen Z are going to vote. That is something that I know. Gen Z watakuwa kwa debe 2027. Gen Z wako kwa debe.
Ya pili, nikienda kumalizia, sisi kama chama cha ODM, kazi yetu kuu, the reason for formation of any political party ni sisi tutafute uongozi wa nchi. We must capture power. Hiyo ndio kazi yetu kuu. Wewe ukifanya kazi pale mashinani, ndio tuchukue ushukani wa uongozi wa nchi. Kwa hivyo sahihi tunajitayarisha vilivyo. We are preparing ourselves to capture power come 2027. Na njia ya kwenda kwa power ni njia mingi. Tutafuata njia yoyote ya haki na iko katika sheria ya kisheria tufike katika power come 2027. Sijui kama nyinyi mko na imani kabisa. Mko na imani? Wale wako na imani kwamba tutafute kwa sasa kuna vijana wetu tumewapeana katika broad based government. Hatuko ndani ya serikali lakini tunasaidiana na serikali. Kijana wetu Hassan Ali Joho sahihi anaweza kuja hapa na mambo ya blue economy, asaidie wavuvi na mambo ya mining. Huyo ni kijana wa pwani, si kijana wa pwani. Mnajua Hassan Ali Joho? Mnampenda? Juzi tumekuwa Addis Ababa. Nyinyi mlituona huko. Hapa mkutuona. Wacha niwaambie, tulipigwa na kitu inaitwa butwa. Inaitwa nini? Tulipigwa na butwa. Vile tuliona vile results ilikuja. na tulishtuka sana. Lakini ile ambayo ilitupea nguvu alikuwa ni baba, vile alikuwa mkakamavu na akawa na nguvu zaidi kutushinda, akatushikilia. Huyu mama Mishi nakwambia ni vile watu hawakujua huko, huyu ni mjumbe, huyu ni gavana, huyu ni nani. Tulipatwa kwa stage tunaona hii. Hakujua sisi ni nani. Baba ndio alitushikilia akasema msiwe na wasiwasi. Kila jambo, every dark cloud has a silver lining. Kila jambo ambayo inakaa kama iko na giza itakuwa na shining star. Sisi tunamgoja baba arejee, alafu tujiunge pamoja tuone ile direction tutachukua. Lakini ile lazima niseme kama mwenyekiti wa chama, tukiwa Addis Ababa, tunataka kumshukuru sana rais wa nchi Mheshimiwa William Samoei Ruto, kwa sababu ile yote angeweza kufanya kama mwanadamu, baba apate ile kiti alifanya. Baba mwenyewe alisimama akatuambia amesapotiwa 100% na Mheshimiwa William Ruto na serikali yake. Kwa hivyo sisi lazima tutoe shukrani. Na wale vultures, sisi tukiwa pale tunalia kwa street, tunaangalia simu, tukaona kuna pande za hii nchi ambayo watu wanashangilia, wanacheka, wanabeba miguu juu, wanapiga makofi. Tukasema sawa tu, tumeona marafiki wetu ni kina nani, na ipo siku. Ipo nini? Ipo siku. Ipo nini? Ipo siku. Sisi pia tutakuwa pale na hatutazungumza sahihi, lakini hapa mbele tutazungumza na dunia itasikia, itasikia vile tutasema. Asanteni sana wanaodi.
Yes, that is Gladys Wanga. Gladys Wanga, of course, you know, she's the governor of Homa Bay County, and she is one of the close members to Raila Amolo Odinga. And she's saying that they are already aware that Raila was supported by Ruto. So what does that mean? It means that they are going to support William Ruto in 2027. Amidst Kenyans complaining that this government is not working, amidst Kenyans, of course, complaining a lot. But now we're having contrary. This is controversial. We're having leaders from every part of this country, and especially where we're having a lot of critics. Someone is saying that we are not born to always stay in the opposition. You know, the other day when Junet Mohammed was saying that mdomo yangu ni yangu. Now the next step is that you remember that time when Junet Mohammed was saying that my mouth is mouth, my politics is my politics. So whatever he is going to say, then it should not bother Kenyans. That was when the president was launching some of the projects over there, and now we are having issues now being raised nowadays after the 2022 general elections. Now we are having the leaders from ODM after what was done there through the support of William Ruto to the Raila Amolo Odinga during the AU seat. Then they have already diverted their attentions to supporting the current government, which is the Kenya Kwanza government. Something that is going to happen for the next 5 years. So William Ruto wins in 2027, then we're going to go until 2032. And that is when we're going to get a new leader. Not unless the Gen Z, they are going to unveil their leader. Gen Z are going to give us someone who is going to compete in 2027. But in 2027, expecting a lot of to turn up in large numbers. They are not going in 2027. You are not going to wait for someone to go and vote for you. It is your right. It is your right to go to those police stations and vote for your leader, a leader who is going to transform this country, a leader who has the better vision for this country. So if you make a mistake, then you know it's upon you. William Ruto parted with Gachagua, and we have seen how Gachagua has been slamming the government recently after being swept away by this impeachment motion.
Hiyo pesa ni ala. Huyo watu ndio alisimamia vijana wetu wa Gen Z, akasimamia wakauawa. ako na damu ya watoto wa Gen Z, alafu wamesanya pesa na magunia, anaita Wameru na kuwahonga na kudanganya nyinyi ati mupeane priority. Ni uongo, si uongo? Tena kama unataka kuongea na watu ya Meru, kuja Meru, ita mkutano kama hii, udanganya wa Meru, alafu watakuonesha ni nini Meru na kuanga. Unajua tunataka watu waheshimu watu, tuheshimiane. Let us respect each other. These Meru people have been taken for granted for too long. It must come to an end. Hii maneno kama sasa rais amepanga kufukuza Justice Martha Koome. And I want to tell you, my people of Meru, huyu rais tulimchagua, tulimpenda. Alikuja na Biblia, tukafikiria ni Mkristo, mtu mzuri. Alitudanganya, hakutudanganya. Tukamchagua. Kufika pale ametumia hiyo kiti kumaliza watu ya Mount Kenya. Ameanza na Rigathi Gachagua, amemfukuza. Akarudi akafukuza Metheka. Sasa amepanga jama ya kumfukuza Martha Koome. Na amepanga pale kotini anahonga watu kufukuza Martha Koome. Mimi nakuuliza Rais William Ruto, hii watu ya mlima walikupenda, walikupatia kura, uliwadanganya na Biblia. Umeamua kumaliza watoto wote kutoka mlima. Kiongozi yeyote ambaye hako na msimamo, umetupangia jama ya kutufukuza katika serikali katika Kenya. Na anataka akifukuza hii watu amalize biashara zote za watu ya mlima Kenya. Lakini mimi nakuambia rais, ukifukuza Martha Koome usikanyange hapa Meru. Mimi nataka nikuambie, ulifukuza Rigathi Gachagua, watu ya mlima wakanyamaza, ukafikiria ni waoga. Tunakuambia rais, wewe panga jama ufukuze Martha Koome, na wewe ukae Nairobi, usikanyange hapa Meru tena ukifukuza Martha Koome. Negwano ito nemo wetekera Martha Koome igato, mtakubali? Kwani wa Meru mmekuwa waoga? Unajua this is too much now. How do you purge the leadership of an entire community that made you president? Umepanga jama ya kumaliza jamii ya mlima, kumaliza viongozi wao wale wako na msimamo na kuweka vibaraka, kumaliza biashara ya watu ya mlima. Mambo ya miraa ulituahidi utaangalia. Ameangalia? Ameangalia? Si alikuwa anakuja hapa kwa gari anakula miraa akiwa kwa gari juu? Ilikuwa ni uongo, si uongo? You know, how do you take an entire community as fools? Umetutumia vibaya kama jamii. Umetutumia vibaya kama tissue paper. Tumekuchagua. You have turned against us as a community. Umesanya jamii zote kuziunganisha kutuelekea sisi kama jamii. Lakini tunakuambia William Ruto, Mungu hatakubali umalize jamii ya mlima Kenya. Siko namna hiyo. Sasa hii wabunge ya Meru, Martha Koome anafukuzwa, wamenyamaza. Huyu mjumbe wenu mlimtuma kule akanifukuze? Mlimtuma akapitisha finance bill? Hata wa Meru amenyamaza. MPs wote 10 wamenyamaza. Kwani tumekuwa nini Meru? What is happening to the people of Meru? Watu wa Meru wanajulikana kwa kuwa wanunui uoga. Watu wa Meru ni watu shupavu. These are the descendants of the Mau Mau struggle. Tulikuwa na General Mwaliama, General Baimunge. What has happened to the leadership of Meru? Ya kwamba munaketi na Rais William Ruto akipanga kutumaliza kama jamii, akiumiza viongozi wetu. Anapigana na mama rais, ulipigana na mimi Rigathi Gachagua, mimi ni mwanaume. Wachana na Martha Koome, ni mwanamke. Bono unapigana na wanawake. Can you fight your fellow men? Si ndio? Apigana na wanaume? Awachana na huyu mama. Na huyu mama anafukuzwa kwa sababu amekataa kuua mtu ya Yesa. Si ndio? Mtasimama na Martha Koome? Mtasimama na yeye? Huyu mama akifukuzwa, nipige filimbi mtoke kwa barabara. Mtatoka hamtatoka? Mtatoka hamtatoka? Nimuka umera? Yes. We are not going to sit again. We are not going to sit again as William Ruto destroy the leadership of the Mount Kenya Legion. It's too much. It is too much. It cannot be. Pahali huyu rais ametufikisha sasa, it is too much. Semeni is too much. Yes. Na hao viongozi wote wamesaliti jamii, mumepanga mambo yao. Hao viongozi wote wa Meru ambayo wamesalili jamii yetu, wametuuza tumbo zao. Mtawashughulikia? Mtawashughulikia? Saa ngapi asubuhi 2027? Saa ngapi? Asubuhi na mapema. Mtawashughulikia? Mtawashughulikia? This community called the Mount Kenya region will deal with traitors for the next 50 years.
We, Gachagua breathing fire, saying that if the president is going to attack Martha Koome, because he is saying that Koome has rejected to be a yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, and that is why they are trying to make sure Koome is out of the government. Gachagua is saying that he's telling Meru people directly that if William Ruto, that is the president, is going to remove Martha Koome from the office as the CJ, then he is going to raise alarm, and he is advising the Meru people to come out in large numbers so that they can defend impeachment of Martha Koome. He is saying that the president has humiliated a lot of people, and he is talking without fear. And he is also naming the president directly, that the president William Ruto, Gachagua, after when he was impeached, you remember the impeachment, now he is roaring. I think this is something that is giving tension to president, because Gachagua has been so firm when it comes to making decisions and also trying to influence the mountain as the fight for the Mount Kenya starts. And we having a lot of leaders. We saw Martha Karua today. We saw other leaders trying to stand as they are fighting for the kingship of Mount Kenya. Who is going to be the next kingship of Mount Kenya? But Gachagua, he has gained popularity because most of people, personally, I used to know him as a very small politicians before he was elected, he was selected as the running mate of William Ruto. But when he was chosen, then he gained fame. I think William Ruto might have seen that he impeached Gachagua, but maybe he gave him that direct opening for being the president of the Republic of Kenya, because a lot of people nowadays know Gachagua and they know him as the honest man from the region. So if at any point Gachagua is going to get someone who is strong in 2027, the likes of course, Matiang'i. I know Matiang'i is going to raise the Jubilee party leader, as you are from one of the members over there. But Matiang'i and William Ruto will have that fight when it comes to general elections, because we have to get a winner. At the end of the day, Gen Z might make a difference. Gen Z might make a difference that costs, a difference that
Uongo, hakuna kazi inaendelea. Alafu wanakuja kufukuza watoto wetu kazini. Sasa sisi tutakuwa na gari yetu na tutakuwa na zaidi ya wabunge 120 katika bunge ambayo itakuja. Na hiyo gari ndio ya pekee ya area hii. rais ataunda chama zingine, atatengeneza mahwilbaro ingine nyekundu, tutamwambia hiyo ni ya rais. Atatengeneza wheelbarrow ingine ya blue, tunamwambia hiyo ni ya rais. Hata atajaribu kusimamisha watu wengine urais wagawe kula yetu, hao watu yote tutamwambia wale wametumwa na yeye. Sisi tunamjua, tunamuelewa sana. Alikuwa anajaribu kugawa at Mount Kenya East na Mount Kenya West. Wameru mtakubali? Sisi hapana wajinga. Ati alikuwa anasema Wameru na Waembu na Wadharaka mjitenge, ati Wakikuyu pande ile. Si hiyo ni njia ya kutumaliza? Sisi hapana wajinga. Sisi ni watu werevu. Siku tulikubali kugawanywa wakati ya Kibaki na Matiba, tulipotea hatukupotea? Hatuwezi rudia hiyo makosa. Sisi tutakaa kama one united mountain na hakuna mtu ambaye atagawa sisi. Kwa sababu tukikubali kugawanywa tutakuwa tumepotea. Kwa hivyo kwa chama yetu wale MCAs wote nimeona hapa muingie, tutakuwa na free and fair nomination. Si ndio? Huyu Dr. Laibuni na wengine waingie pia kwa chama. Alafu nyinyi wenyewe mtanipatia mtu mmoja yule ambaye tutakuja kupigia kampeni. Si iko namna hiyo? Hata Maoka Maore nimwambia ikia kwa gari yetu. Pana kama msituni, si ndio? Kwa sababu sasa lazima tujipange vizuri. Na tujipange na ile njia ambayo inatakikana. Kwa hivyo mimi watu ya Igebe North, mimi ni mtoto wenu. Na mimi niko hapa. Na hakuna mtu anaweza kunitoa hapa. Si ndio? Si ndio? Si mimi nilikuwa hapa kupigia William Ruto campaign. Mliniona hamu kuniona? Si nilimwambia ni mtu mzuri? Nikija nimwambie ni muongo, si mtaniamini? Yes. Kwa hivyo mkae vizuri na mjipange vizuri. Na hii shida itaisha. Msijali, ni mwaka tu mbili. Tutadaika tu, shida ni mingi. Alituambia ataweka pesa kwa mfuko. Ile kidogo tulikuwa naye akatoa. Alitoa hakutoa? Sasa na hii mtu alitudanganya. Hata sisi hata mimi saa ingine naona haya. Lakini mimi najipea nguvu, nasema mimi Rigathi Gachagua ni mtu ya kawaida. Nilidanganywa na William Ruto. Lakini kama alidanganya mabishop na mareverend na mapasta, watu wamemwagiliwa mafuta, Rigathi Gachagua ni nani? Si tulidanganywa sisi sote? Watu wangapi walidanganywa na William Ruto? Sasa wewe uongo wako tumejua. Tumekujua uongo yako. Kesho jioni nitakuwa pale KTN, muangalie, nitasema maneno. Ndio Wakenya wengine pia wanisikize, kwa sababu siku ile niliongea na kilugha. Nitaongea ndio tutoe mwelekeo vile tutakaa, vile tutapanga nchi yetu kwa ile njia ambaye itatakikana. Kwa hivyo mimi nimefurahi sana. Mnataka kuona bibi yangu Pastor Dorcas? Mnataka kumuona? Amwambie jambo. Kuja pastor usalimie hawa.
Bwana asifiwe. Andũ aitũ mũrĩega. Mũrĩega rĩngĩ. Ngai nĩ mwega na hĩndĩ ciothe. Our bishop na leadership ya kanitha
hapo wachezi bwana. He's making a lot of headliners over there, and he's saying that even the president lied to the bishops and church leaders. I don't think whether he's talking that because of issues, because we have seen how the Kenyans have been complaining about the current situation in the country, and of course a lot of resources are being squandered when it comes to this time. So Kenyans, they really compare previous government and the current government. Also, we also have we also have the 2013, 2007, 2002. Yes, Alex, unafikiri Gachagua anaongea juu ya henga issues ama yuko sawa? Anasema mambo mingi.
Good evening to you, Bonnie. I hope you're doing well. Naona leo umetuvalia jezi ya the reigning champions Liverpool, but that's on a light note. So ever since Rigathi Gachagua was impeached, he has been injecting, he has been speaking things of truth. Amekuwa akisema vitu zenye wananchi wanataka kusikia. We want to hear things that are happening and we have to call them out. So it's a good thing the way he calls things out. But one thing, Bonnie, as I said, and I've said many times, he has to understand not everything is about his region, and there is no one who is after his region like the way he's making it look like. Because the challenges that are being faced there, the challenges that are happening there are happening across many regions of the country. So I think, but the problem is Rigathi he's an autocrat. So I can't expect him to be anyhow different or to come up with different ideas or policies. But if there's one thing which I will agree with Professor Kithure Kindiki that he said, I think about a year ago, is there's no way the citizens can be crying. Let's say the economy stuff, SHA is not working, or even the education system is failing, the healthcare system is not working. Leaders also are crying. So if the citizens are crying, leaders are supposed to provide solutions to the challenges. They're supposed to come up with proper policy implementation and also try to come up with solutions to the challenges that citizens are facing. So for me, what I can say is, apart from him heckling the president and also exposing the things that are happening in the previous government, I haven't had any policies that he stands for that are of benefit to this country.
Anawaambianga nyinyi mwende mregister mambo ya Taifa Care, mregister Taifa Care. Mimi mlisikia juzi wakati rais alikuwa pale na akasema ati, nikamwambia watu ambao unakaa nao hawa wote wanakudanganya, anilipe mimi nikuwe advisor wake na anilipe pesa mzuri, kwa sababu nikimwadvise anaweza change hii ya Kenya. Nikamwambia hiyo SHA ni scam, haifanyi kazi. Hakusikia, naambia ukweli. Sasa juzi wakati tulikuwa kule Naivasha kwa bunge, nikasimama nikaambia lazima tutoe hii SHA, turudishe ile NHIF, kwa sababu hii SHA imechukuliwa na cartels ambao wana benefit na hiyo mambo yenye SHA hii. Hakusikia. Jana ndio umesikia zile private hospitals zimesema zinaenda kususpend services, the healthcare services are over kwa sababu hawajalipwa over 30 billion. Ndio mimi nataka niulize wabunge na niulize wabunge wa ODM. Mmekuwa mkikula na serikali, mmekuwa mkitembea pamoja, mmekuja na project ya AUC. Kumbe walikuwa wanawadanganya, wanaenda wanachoma huko, wanakuja wanaanza kuambia ati baba congratulations for winning. Na wamechoma kupitia ile fact, hiyo maneno ambayo waliongea na vita za DRC, na ile maneno wakakosana huko, wakamdanganya. Sasa saa hii wanataka kurudi kwa mwananchi. Nataka niulize ODM na Raila, kabla mkuje kuanza kuongea na wananchi, muende tushikane pamoja, tutoe ile SHA, ili ya kwamba watu, kwa sababu SHA ishachukuliwa na cartels and it will not work, turudishe into NHIF system to improve where it is necessary and so that watu wetu wapate matibabu. Sio vitu ya kudanganya wa Kenya ati healthcare, Taifa Care, to register. Una register nini na ifanyi kazi? Si ndio? So hayo maneno lazima yasikike.
Yeah. Alex, he's saying that the government projects that they are being implemented, they affect. That is, it's to what we are seeing, the broad-based government joining the government. Yeah, so of course the broad-based, now we are having the broad-based, and of course the ODM leaders, they are saying now we are going to have Kenya Kwanza for the next 10 years. does it mean that they are trying to hide and seek games? What do you see about the future of Kenya generally? Because now, if the share is not working, and the major economy, we have the major sectors in the country: health, economy, and of course transport. Of course, we have security. Those are major dockets. If they are not into good condition, then Kenyans will cry.
I see Boni. We can say many things about Salasia, but one thing about him, Boni, which I love about him, is the way he's not afraid to speak his mind and to call things the way they are. And as he has said before, Boni, if we are to speak truthfully, Boni, the social health authority is not working, and little is known about it up to now, even from the journalists, from the healthcare experts, and so on. So, can we revert back to NHIF? I don't know whether we can do that because people have already started registering for SHA. Sorry for that. People have started registering for the social health authority, and the transition from social health authority to the transition from NHIF to SHA was not a smooth one, because the people who had paid money for NHIF will be raising questions like where is the accountability of the money which they were paying for the NHIF gone. And right now we have social health authority, and but it's not paying enough money to cater for the health needs, because recently we saw a child who died because SHA paid for him, I think 23,000. He had a pending bill of 1.6 million. So the ideas which the president had for the SHA, are fully implemented. So that means they have to still go back to the drawing board and implement those the SHA policies well, because he said that it's supposed to pay for, I think, almost 100% for your medical bill, and from the looks of things, it's not happening, and many citizens around the country have complained about the social health authority. So I don't think we can go back to NHIF right now. The best we can do is just to try and make SHA the best possible, and to make it easier for the people. And the president also said that there will be no corruption in the SHA. So I hope the foundation of SHA will not be based on corruption. And I think going forward, we cannot tamper with the healthcare sector because it's very delicate. Losing a child because the hospital bill was not able to be catered for is terrible, because that's a life that is lost. And there are so many issues. So the healthcare is very delicate. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for, delicate. So it should not be tampered with anyhowly. So we just have to build on SHA and to make it better, and to implement good policies that can try and make it better than NHIF. So that's my take.
Haya, asanteni jamani, watu wa Likoni mupo? Mbiu ya mgambo ikilia huwa ina jambo, na jambo lenyewe ni Daktari William Samoe Ruto. Leo amekanyaga katika TVET ya Likoni jamani, na Waswahili wanasema mgala muue, lakini haki yake mpeni. Haya, sasa hivi tu tumekuwa hapa, milioni 10 inatolewa, kweli si kweli? Sasa hivi amri imetolewa ya kupata computers, amri imetolewa ya kuweka perimeter, amri imetolewa ya kutengeza taasisi with other classroom. Jamani, twataka nini? Mimi nataka nimwambie William Ruto wanasemaje. 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030, 2031, 2032. Wapi kelele ya Daktari William Samoei Ruto? Mheshimiwa Rais pamoja na makamo wako. Nyamazeni Morio, nyamazeni tusikie maneno. Itifaki zikizingatiwa, mimi nataka niseme Mheshimiwa Rais, tunakushukuru watu wa Likoni. Tuko na Dongo Kundu bypass, tuko na special economic zone na watu 98% wamelipwa. Imebaki 2% only ambao wako na matatizo kidogo yanasuluhishwa. Watoto pia tumepatiwa kupitia KPA, wanasoma skills hapa katika hii taasisi na taasisi zingine za kiserikali. Mheshimiwa Rais, hapa Likoni tuna market anda Waziri Joe na Abdulswamad Sharif Nasir, market ambayo imejengwa kupita ufadhili wa serikali na county market ya wavuvi wetu. Jamani, hebu tumpigie makofi rais jamani. Tukirudi pale, nataka nikuambie Mheshimiwa Rais, wewe juzi ulisimama na baba, ukasimama na baba kidete kule African Union, lakini Mwenyezi Mungu alikuwa na sababu Raila arudi, mushikane kidete na sisi tukiwa hapo tuongoze taifa la Kenya, vijana wapate ajira na nchi yetu iweze kunawiri. Nataka nikuambie Rais, tunaomba Huduma Center katika sehemu ya Likoni, katika Chief's Office tutengezewe Huduma Center, watu wetu wasipate shida. Nataka pia nikuambie Mheshimiwa Rais, mambo ya mashamba, kuna Pentagon, kuna Mwananguvuze, kuna Bububu Extension, kuna hata kule Mtongwe kuna absentees landlord. Ile pesa umetoa, unasema mpaka 10 billion utatoa uskotwa. Sisi tunakushukuru na tutakuwa na wewe sako kwa bako Mheshimiwa Rais. Na mimi jamani niseme, wakati wa handshake ile ya taifa la nyuma, hatukupewa wizara, hatukupewa ma-PS, lakini wakati wa Ruto tumepata mawizara. Tumempata Ali Hassan Joho, tumepata John Bandi, tumepata Opiyo Wandayi, tumepata Anthony General, na sasa tutapata ma-permanent secretary ambao wataekwa na serikali ya William Samoei Ruto. Jamani, anayekunyegeza mnyegeze, kwani nyege ni kunyegezana. Na kama ni Ruto umefanya na unaendelea kutenda, na sisi tunakubali mambo yako. Juzi na jana Rais umeleta ajira za kule ugaibuni na vijana wanapata ajira wanaenda kule. Rais, na kuomba kazi mambo ya NYS. Juzi watoto 6 peke yake ndio walichaguliwa hapa Likoni na tuliambiwa nafasi zetu ni 30. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Rais, tunaomba hizi nafasi nyingine zilizobaki tuweze kuzipata, watu wa Likoni waweze kupata ajira. Jengene Mheshimiwa Rais appointment za kiserikali. Tunaomba hata sisi watu wa Likoni tuweze kufikiriwa katika hizi appointment. Jambo jingine nyeti ni mambo ya Mtongwe Ferry, kivuko cha Mtongwe Ferry.
Mwenye nyege ni kunyengezana. Uwi imeenda, hakuna vile tutapata rais mwingine. Ni kama William Ruto atarudi tu pale 2027. Ukiangalia wale wako pale katika huo mkutano pale ni viongozi ambao wangebadilisha Kenya. Nasikia vile anaongea ni kama sasa ile broad based government peke yake tu ndio ilibadilisha kila kitu. Sasa wakakuja wakapatiwa support ya Raila, hiyo yote ni sasa maybe majenzi wataleta rais mwingine. Ama unaonaje?
Unaona, you see, Bonnie, one thing with this ODM, people should understand is ODM is the party that is pro people when they're in the opposition. When they're in the opposition, they are very, very objective in tackling the issues that citizens are facing, and they really destroy the government when they're in opposition. They stand with the people. That's why you see even the people from Mount Kenya were very happy when Baba lost the AUC candidacy, the chairmanship. So they say so that he can come and fight for their rights, because that's how they see him. But if we are to sincerely speak, Bonnie, whenever they get now into power, everything that they stood for, they leave behind. That's why I always say, Bonnie, like there's no difference between KK and ODM or even Azimio, because even the people who support them don't know the policies that they stand for. So right now that they're in power, apart from us hearing from Sifuna and once in a while Babu Owino, all of them, Bonnie, are not speaking because why? They went into power. So unaona, but there's some issues zenye zinafanya Ruto arudi in 2027. One of them is this platform called X. On X, you see, Bonnie, there is a lot of cancel culture. Whenever a candidate is fronted, they always quick to shun him and say something. Anytime if somebody mentions Kalonzo for presidency, they just find something to throw shade on Kalonzo so that he's not a good candidate. When people follow the name of Okiya Mtata, people are finding ways of shunning him, saying, oh, Okiya alipeana sijui kina Kibet Bull wakashindwa, oh, Kalonzo sijui is not able to account for where Baba got the money for his campaign. When people front Martha, there are people who saying that Martha was part of the Kibaki regime, that she helped them to be able to steal the election. So when it comes to Morara, they said he's not able to account for the money that they gave him to do the Vampire Diaries. So anytime, Bonnie, I hear a name is mentioned, Kenyans on X are just finding ways, Bonnie, to go and shun that person. If Matiang'i's name is mentioned, they said he participated in extrajudicial killings. The time Baby Pendo died, they said Matiang'i harassed Miguna. They also said Matiang'i was part of he was the CS for security at the time when bodies were being thrown in Kware. So one thing I've noticed is whenever a name is fronted, it's us as the citizens who are shunning that person. So if we shun everyone, so who are the Kenyans going to front as their candidate in 2027 to try and see whether they can remove President Ruto from office if we shun each and every leader? So we're just the people are just making it easier for him to be able to walk into State House again and clinch the seat. Yesterday, as we talk, we mentioned something that foreigners are being given IDs without the vetting so that they can come and vote for the president. And also, he cannot just sit and wait for the 2027 election without also him kujipanga. So the citizens, and Jeremiah Kioni also mentioned something that the citizens should, the people in opposition should not be very confused. Otherwise, if they are confused, they will not be able to bring down President Ruto. So there has to be structure from the opposition, and we pray and hope that this time they are not going to be gullible. They are going to stand by principle and go and deliver the things which they are saying right now. Go and advocate the things that they are saying. If they are speaking about incompetence, when they get there, they go become competent. They are speaking about integrity, they go there and have integrity. They are speaking of the constitution being respected and upheld. The leader to get that seat from opposition should be a leader who can uphold the constitution and serve each and every part of the country, Bonnie, regardless of whether they supported them or they didn't. Yani democracy iweze kuenea vizuri katika nchi hii. Otherwise, Bonny, people are going to roll the red carpet for the president to win the 2027 election. Thank you.
Mumesikia rais amekuja hapa ili kuendelea kutimiza ile ahadi alitoa wakati wa uchaguzi. Alisema atabadilisha uchumi wa kila mahali ikiwemo hapa kwa Pwani. Ndio umeona ameongea mambo ya blue economy, mambo ya mashamba na mambo ya barabara na vile vitu ameongea hapa ikiwemo mambo ya special economic zone. Jambo la pili, rais amekuja hapa kwa sababu ya TVET hii yetu ya Likoni. Nishukuru mheshimiwa wenu kwa kushirikiana na serikali ili hii TVET ujengwe hapa, kwa sababu ujuzi ambao vijana watapata hapa utawapatia ajira na watakuwa wananchi wa kutegemewa katika siku za uzoni. Kitu ya mwisho, rais ametuambia kwamba ili tuwe na umoja wa kitaifa, yeye na mheshimiwa Raila Odinga wameamua kuunganisha nchi yetu ya Kenya. Sasa mimi nataka niwaulize, mungetaka mheshimiwa rais waendelee kufanya kazi na mheshimiwa Raila Odinga? Waendelee wasiendelee? Munaunga mkono broad-based government ya William Ruto na Raila Odinga na Hassan Joho na Mishi Boko na Salim Mvurya?
Broad-based government for the next 10 years. Of course, today we are having the Premier League actions. We're seeing Chelsea against Southampton. Of course, Chelsea, they are going to be defeated by Southampton. We're seeing a lot of teams. We also have Copa del Rey semi-final, Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona. Hiyo game ya Atletico naionaje na Barcelona?
I think Barcelona performs well in the big matches, and the small teams that zinawaletea tashwishi. So for me, I'll go for a Barcelona win. I think right now they're a bit better than the last time they played Atletico. So mimi naweza sema 2-1 Barcelona.
Barcelona win and the Southampton to win, Castle to win. Those are the teams that are playing today. So this is a Freak 24. Of course, we meet here same place, same time as we discuss some of the top discussions here every day from 10 p.m. That is East African time.